This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started 1 West 125th Street under command General YAHANNA. We're not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite group. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? We not affiliated. Real talk. Clap it up. You know what I'm saying? We never get the clap. That was a late clap. Yeah, slow clap. It was slow. Most time Christ. Man, real Christian. But anyway. Damn. You know what I'm saying? So this is the Brotherhood class. You know, and what we need, you know, like we always bring it out, man. It's what our people need. And we need to come back, know who we are as a nation, and just become a people again. That's right. Build with each other. You know what I'm saying? Because that's an important part. Building. You know what I'm saying? Not, you know, when you build a nation, you're gonna need land, you're gonna need resources. Like just how I brought out many times before, when you have a military, you need to feed the military. You need resources to keep that military going. You know what I'm saying? So it's, you know what I'm saying? And a government, a military, they need many things. You know what I'm saying? But the foundation of it is brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? Some type of thing that holds that army together in one belief. You know what I'm saying? So that army has a purpose. You know what I'm saying? So it moves into action to deal with whatever. All right. So let's get 1 John 3:11 in the New Testament. 1 John 3:11. You know what I'm saying? Because brotherhood, you know what I'm saying, like how I said before, brotherhood and sisterhood is what is basically the foundation, man. You know what I'm saying? Well, not the foundation. It's the scriptures is really the foundation. You know what I'm saying? That's what really holds us together. But you need to love your people. You know what I'm saying? That way you'll have what I want to say, more of a spirit to do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying through the scriptures, you know, it makes us perfect. You know what I'm saying? The law of the Lord turns the simple into wise. You know what I'm saying? So saying that, go ahead and read what you got.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 3, verse 11. For this is the message that ye heard from the beginning,
right?
That we should love one another.
Right, so that we should love one another. You know what I'm saying? That's the message that we've heard all the way from the don't change it. Hold on. But yeah, that's the message we've heard from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's supposed to always have been. But us, you know what I'm saying? That's why the Lord said we're a stiff-necked people. You know what I'm saying? We would rather do anything else but be with each other. We always want to love another nation, do for another nation, be submissive under another nation. You know what I'm saying? Instead of loving one another, doing for each other, building our own businesses. You know what I'm saying? Doing for our nation. You know what I'm saying? It's been said since the beginning, and we just have the hardest time with that. You know what I'm saying? Like we, as a people, we've always struggled with the Most High. We struggle with the Lord, and we struggle with being with each other. Go ahead.
And one of the craziest things about that is we constantly be conditioned by our enemies to hate ourselves. And we need to get out of that. You know, it's always somebody who's not even included in your culture. It's like in your culture, telling you what's not beautiful about your culture.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we buy into it. You know, it's often where, like today, we're just not appreciating darker melanin women.
Right.
You know, but back in the day, it was about light-skinned women because we allow other folks tell us that dark-skinned women was ugly, but our women are always beautiful. And now today, because it's a trend, people are just not starting to like more darker colored women or darker colored men. You know, beautiful people is beautiful people, you know.
Right.
And it ain't just with facial stuff. You know, our hair. We was told our hair is ugly. So if you had white-like hair, you was considered to have good hair. But I mean, our hairs, because of our nappiness, we can create different styles and unique looks.
Right.
And other cultures have to do extra things to look like us. And it's very funny. You know, we're supposed to be ugly and everybody's still trying to look just like us.
Yeah.
You know, so I just want that.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great point. I mean, everybody's supposed to hate how we look and how we behave, but you know what I'm saying? You see all these white women getting breast implants and lip injections and booty implants and stuff, trying to look like a black woman.
Like it. I just with what you just said, I just thought of something.
Go ahead.
You know, everybody think that today everybody's getting surgeries to try to look like a Kardashian. But what's so funny was a Kardashian was trying to get surgery to look like us.
Right.
Right. You know? I mean, the big lips. Who naturally have big lips?
Right.
The niggas.
Right.
And we make it look so good.
Right.
The big nose. Good. The big hips, I mean, and the breasts. That's our women.
Right.
White women ain't got no booty.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all going to these magicians to not even put the plastic in. That's one of the procedures, but to like do some stuff to swell it up. And I seen it on YouTube. It's like a heating process or something. Let's just say they buttering the biscuits. They trying to get the bakery to fluff up. You know what I'm saying? They need extra help. But with our women, it's natural, baby. It's natural. We are just beautiful. We the salt of the earth. We set the tone for how to look, how to act. And with that power, we fail to understand that we need to have a code. And this book here is more than a history book on family. It's a G code on how families should treat each other.
Right.
And it talks about a certain family. The main characters, if y'all remember in school when you were kids, it was all about the main character. So outside of God, who was constantly mentioned in this book? The children of Israel.
That's right.
So with the children of Israel constantly being the main characters, what did they look like? What did they act like? And it is described all through this book who the children of Israel is. And that is the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
Right.
Nobody else. And we are, and then it just fits in with today's culture. We set the tone with everything. Sports, we dominate. Food, you can't replicate.
Right.
Has no season when you do it, but when the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans do it, oh man, it's to be cherished.
Right.
Go ahead.
And Salakia, if I may, the scriptures say things are written aforetime were written for our learning. So meaning it's to be used for right now. So with everything that you're saying, what they look like, what they act like, what they talk like, we'll do everything like the folks in the book. We want to attribute it to ourselves, and then we'll still have that love and compassion like those people would have in that book for one another. We'll have it for everybody else. We ain't got it for each other. So we lack that, you know, like Adawan brought out, that brotherhood as far as us being a people for one another. We know we the best at everything, but we'll give everything that we the best at to serve all the other nations instead of being a whole nation together. That's with right. That beauty, with that good cooking, with the smarts, with everything that we got. We'll use it to build up another nation's empire and then look at each other with disgust.
And Salaki, right. Like we'll be so ready to build up another nation. You know what I'm saying? We would rather be whipped into building for somebody else than build for each other out of love.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We would rather that than to finally love each other and have a easy life with each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's how much niggas hate each other.
Damn right.
Ass backwards.
Right. Exactly. That's very backwards. You know what I'm saying? We would rather be stiff-necked, you know what I'm saying, do what the Lord said,
Right.
than to actually live in peace, have the blessings and the covenants, and just, you know what I'm saying, easy life for them.
It's not grievous.
Right.
Laws aren't grievous.
It's not grievous.
Go ahead.
It's not difficult to show love for a brother. Now, I grant you, yes, some people are more difficult than others, but hey, there is always respect.
Right.
And as long as y'all respect each other and understand that y'all are family, things can be done cordially if y'all just can't get along. You know what I'm saying? When it talks about, love your enemy, it ain't talking about the niggas trying to shoot you. It's talking about according to the flesh. Because when them orders was given, it was given to the children of Israel. You know, me and this brother right here can't have a meeting about you without you being here. Unless we at war with you. When it comes to making peace with you, I think you need to be here with us so you can understand what we're doing here. You know, it's all about context. And a lot of us, when I get it, we in hell. When you're in hell, you're not paying attention to details on what's being asked of you. You just trying to figure out how you can get out of hell. And sometimes you just rush to the most urgent resources possible. And unfortunately, right now, that's Christianity for a lot of you. You just want to feel good.
Right.
But when you know better, you do better. And a lot of us don't know what we're doing. We're doing what we know to try to make it through this hell. And that's not the way to go. You need clear instructions on how to get through this. And that's this book. Right. So if your instructions is in this book, it should make no sense that there's something in this book that you don't understand. And Christian churches would tell you, man, some things is just not meant to be understood. But if you apply that to real life, you will not get involved. I hope not. You will not get involved in anything today and not understand what it's about, because you're setting yourself up for failure. You need to understand what you're dealing with. And you know what? It's the way we've been taught, because we're conditioned to do that with many things. Something as simple as your phone. It needs to be updated. Before it gets updated, you need to agree to terms and agreement. You don't read them terms and agreement. You just say yes. And them terms and agreement could be, I need you to be a slave for 2 years, and you wouldn't know it. You just agree to get your phone updated. And guess what? Now you're a slave for 2 years. And I didn't agree to this, but you did. You just didn't understand what you was agreeing to when it was being presented to you. So with that being applied, would you do that with this book? I'm not going to get involved with nothing that I can't understand.
Right.
That's not wisdom. Right. Everything in this book was meant for you to understand. And if you do not understand it, guess what? The Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge is here to break it down for you. Go ahead.
And Salaki, if I may, the reason why niggas don't understand the Bible and don't understand that they don't fear the Most High. Right. They don't fear the Lord, really. So I know I fear the Lord because I never touch another brother's gal. I know what comes with that. The Lord will deal with me, for that occasion or for that reason. You know what I'm saying? Right. So the reason, like, niggas won't come to the UPK because they really not ready to fear the Lord. They ready to just live the way they've been living. Like you said earlier, they want to feel good. And it's like in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we don't do anything because it feels good. We do it because we know it's right.
Damn
And
right.
we know that the Lord is here in this building.
Right.
So, you know, we'll forgive another brother if he's like, because it's what the Lord say. It ain't because it feel good, because I got children at home. You know what I'm saying? I done watched my son cry about going to go tell his sister he sorry. So I know that don't feel good. He gonna do what's right, because it's what the Lord commands. You know what I'm saying? You gonna go, you know, he gonna go do that. You know what I mean? So we do what the Lord tell us to do. Niggas don't fear the Most High.
And Shalaki, if I may add, brothers also don't want to be told what to do because it don't feel good. And today we're in a council society where if you get corrected over the smaller things, there's an issue. You know what I'm saying? Hey, don't you talk to little kids with these new parents. Hey, don't you hit that little girl. You need to come talk to me. Don't talk to my child about this and that. And then what is that girl doing for my child to him?
Damn.
You know, like stupid. You know, you know what I'm saying? Make you want to just go hard on the sister. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then not only that, you know, who are you to tell me that I am a man when I identify with a woman? You have the same equipment I do, sir.
Right.
Just because you are mentally ill don't mean I gotta be mentally ill. I know what I see. Right. I had a discussion about birds and bees. Maybe you missed it, but it's some difference.
Damn right.
Reality of today. But everybody want to say they're in the army of the Lord, but when they get ready to be recruited, they back out of it because they don't want to be told what to do. The soldiers follow orders.
Damn right.
But, you know?
Damn right. Damn right. Damn right. Damn right.
Read the next verse for me.
Verse 12. Oh, it's like you remind where we are. This is the book of 1 John, chapter 3, verse 12. Not as Cain, who was of that wicked one, and slew his brother. And wherefore slew him? Because his own works were evil and his brother's righteous.
Right. So we all know the story of Cain. Cain slew his brother Abel. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I'm saying, Cain, when he prepared his offering to the Lord, it was lazy. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't what the Lord really wanted. You know what I'm saying? We all know the Lord, he likes blood. You know what I'm saying? We all know, you know, in the book of Leviticus, it shows you how to cook, you know, make some fried chicken. You know what I'm saying? That's what the Lord loves. You know what I'm saying? So Cain, don't be like that brother who slew his brother, who was jealous of the glory his brother had because his brother Abel actually, you know what I'm saying, put his heart into the offering, into the burnt offering.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Cain, he despised his brother. He hated his brother. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Verse 13. Marvel not, my brethren, if the world hates you.
Right. So there's more on that scripture. No. Right. Marvel not when the world hates you. You know what I'm saying? Don't be surprised when the whole world hates you, man. You know what I'm saying? Because not everybody's down for this brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of Cains out here who want to, right, a lot of coons out here, you know what I'm saying, who want to slay their brothers. You know what I'm saying? And it's usually over a bitch.
Right.
Most of the time. All right, sir, if I may. Go ahead. If you go back in history, pay attention. A lot of wars, if it wasn't for like riches, it was over bitches.
Right. Come.
Straight like that. If it wasn't over riches, it was over bitches. And a lot of time, the bitches didn't belong to him.
Right.
Or the bitch was a whore.
Right.
Sleeping between two kingdoms, Cleopatra. And she was doing it to try to manipulate power of her own.
Right.
You know, and that's why in this school we also stress out of the act of brotherhood that brothers deal with sisters wisely. Yes, in the past we had raging hormones and anything that walked by can get it, but it's time to come to this Bible and do this wisely. Everything ain't meant for sticking with glitters and gold. Some of these women are so wicked, they are best left alone. A man in the world told me this, and it was very wise. Some shit is just best left alone, including women, because they're not in their right mind. You know, let's say you get in this truth and you start following everything that this book tells you to do, and you're just the most exemplary brother in school. Just say you are. And it's a fine, big booty, wicked bitch that comes through and try to throw you off your game. And she's like, well, I don't understand why you can't eat bacon. It's just bacon. It ain't never hurt nobody. Look, hey, look, I feel you. You know, I like you, but I don't eat bacon.
Right.
Blank, period.
It's a lot. The big booty wicked bitch is the bitch that's gonna be your downfall and the nation's downfall.
Right.
Right. And Salaki on top of that, leave you when she's done.
Right.
Because I don't know, let's just say, you know, these days, you know, it's so funny. These days, you know, everybody claims they loyal. Let you get down on your luck, brother. Let the white man pull his strongest card against you to mess with your bag, mess with your money. And she ain't feeling that. It's only been 1 month and she already talking about leaving.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I can't live like this, man. Everything do. Like what? Roman noodles. Ravioli. Man, well, what you mean we gotta gone? I'm gonna call my other nigga. What you doing with another nigga?
Damn, good night.
You know,
You like that?
it be like that, man. It's so much devaluing in brotherhood and sisterhood. We don't have morals and integrity toward each other.
Right.
But this book is here to establish that because morals and integrity was our culture. But we did it righteously because it was in the name of the Most High.
Right.
It was His commands and statutes that set us apart from everybody. Because when we followed them, everybody else looked at us and was like, man, they so great, man. I like literally, they so great. Like it's crazy. The Most High favors them. That's how great they are. And then when we don't follow the Most High, everybody shakes their head till this day. Everybody shake their heads at blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans because they like, you just don't know who you are.
Right.
Everybody knows who we are but us.
And Salakia. They do that and they don't tell us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they want to stay in that position of power. You know what I'm saying? It benefits them that they stay like, you know what I'm saying, have that position over us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And Salaki, if I may, that show you that the other nations, and like we try to love them, we love them enough to be like, okay, when we at a place when black folks at a place of white people, they'll put that white person on the pedestal.
Right.
And think that white person better than them. But the white person knowing that you better than him, he don't have that same brotherhood for you. He not gonna tell you that you are the salt, that you are the chosen one. He don't give a damn about you because he just want to eat. He gonna eat off you regardless.
Right.
That show you how much brotherhood we got in the UPK that we'll tell folks, you great black man.
Right.
Be great black man. And the nigga lack brotherhood so much that when we tell him that they great, when we go out there and camp, he'll tell us that we ain't shit.
Right.
And he ain't got a pot to piss in or one to throw it out of.
Let me say this, man. That was a great point you mentioned. But let me say this, man. So right now, there's a brother who's set for death row. for a crime he supposedly did not commit. That's nothing new. That's black people's story since the beginning of time.
It's Christ.
It's now to days to where his execution is supposed to happen. I think it's 14 days. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on it. But it's a petition going on, and I think they reached 1 million names on it, and this and that. You know, they trying to do what they can to get this brother off death row. Evidence don't match up, all that stuff. We've seen this before. So what I'm getting to is let's talk about the history of the oppressor and the history of the children of Israel. Everything the oppressor shows up to gets obliterated.
Right.
Everything we show up to gets a little flavor and some help. And you know, it's good things happening with us.
Right.
So going down history, we ain't shit, right? Children of Israel, black people, we ain't shit. All they got to use against us is we robbing folks, yada, yada, yada. Okay, well, who brought the guns to this country? Niggas don't own planes and boats. We are into drugs and all that. Okay, again, who brought the drugs into this country? Niggas don't own planes or boats.
Right.
And we don't have the business connect to get like that. Okay, moving forward. 9/11 wasn't us. Rodney King wasn't us. Slavery wasn't us. Let's see. Choking people out with no weapon when they don't. That wasn't us. Malcolm X. They want to say that's us, but they got a documentary proving it ain't us. Malcolm S. Not Malcolm S. The Coon. Martin Luther King wasn't us. Prison system locking all the innocent men up wasn't us. Lying saying we raped a white woman wasn't us. Are you getting my drift? KKK killed a lot of black folks. How many white people did the I.S.U.P.K kill? Not a damn soul.
Right.
You know, we ain't out here saying whoop no white no oppressor's ass. We are saying, hey man, y'all are devils. Devil meaning deceiver. What race deceived all the other race the most? It wasn't niggas. The oppressor. If niggas deceived anybody, it was to either get some money or to survive. So how are we not shit? How? And I'm getting to this. Rodney Reed, unfortunately, unless y'all just gonna prove me absolutely wrong, Rodney Reed is gonna be executed. There's nothing you can do. You already shown evidence that he's innocent. You already said they don't match up. The petition, yeah, that's great, trying to show some love. But guess what? It ain't gonna do nothing. What a bunch of signatures gonna do? Name one time in history the government or anybody ever seen a bunch of, when you see all these names, we can't go through this. There's too many signatures. We can't do this. When? Ever? Rodney Reed, he's gone. Show me something. Let him be free. I would love this man to be free and live. I don't think that's going to happen. So, I mean, we ain't shit, but I mean, evidence says different. You know,
I'm saying it's lucky. Evidence shows, well, the scripture shows like how you said, we're the salt of the earth. You know what I'm saying? And these scriptures pertaining to us, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Of course, we'd hope that all brothers, you know what I'm saying, who are locked up, you know what I'm saying, will get out and reform their whole life and come into, you know what I'm saying, into this one body. Right. You know, that way, you know what I'm saying, they can come into who they really are and put down whatever it is they were doing to end up in that hellish, you know what I'm saying, condition. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead, read the next verse for me.
Come. Verse 14. We know that we have passed from death unto life, because we love the brethren. Right. He that loveth not his brother abideth in death.
Right. So that's how you know you love your brothers, man. That's how you know you've passed into living again, because you start loving your people. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is to be alive. To be alive is to do the commandments. And one of the commandments is to love your brother, love one another. You know what I'm saying? That's what living is about. You know what I'm saying? Ever since I've came into the school, you know what I'm saying? I feel more alive than I've ever been, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? When I was, you know what I'm saying, out in the world, you know what I'm saying, doing drugs and, you know what I'm saying, living that, all that, doing all that stuff, man, it's like a nigga really wanted to just die. That's why I was doing all that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe your life is different or whatever. But that's how I felt when I was out in the world. But in here, it's like you turn over a new life. You actually, you know what I'm saying? Let me, this book is telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? Let me actually see what it is to live a righteous life. Let me see what it is to be a real man, a real human being. Because all my life I felt like I wasn't human. I was a alien or something, because that's how this world will portray you. You know what I'm saying? This world will portray black men like we're just trash and we're nothing to be, you know what I'm saying? We're of no value to society. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, Most High in Christ that we have these records, man. You know what I'm saying? Most High in Christ, we have Commander General YAHANNA in this school. You know what I'm saying? Man, you know what I'm saying? That's how you know you come into life, because you love your people now. You know what I'm saying? Read that for me one more time.
Verse 14. We know that we have passed from death unto life, because we love the brethren. Right. He that loveth not his brother abideth in death.
Right. You know what I'm saying? If you don't love your brother, you abideth in death. Man. Right. You know what I'm saying? You're on your way to dying, man. Because just how Cain, you know what I'm saying, did something to his brother, you have that same wicked spirit on you. You know what I'm saying? There's no difference from a nigga out in the world and Cain. Right. You know what I'm saying? We're the Abels in here. Cain's out there. Right. You know what I'm saying? You got that same spirit on you. You abideth in death. You got something you want to say?
Well, I can't say this, man. You know, it's so much benefits from loving your brother. If the whole community of Israel, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, really got together and showed love, and I ain't talking about no tree hugging type of crap. I'm talking about some pure love, as in like, hey, brother, I don't think you should smoke that cigarette because it's cancerous. It's designed to kill you, and I think you're more valuable to our community than that. And the brother actually listened and was like, yeah, I know, I just been going through some things. And well, come seek counsel. We have the finest counsel in the truth. I'm talking about everybody. And they get those wise words from this book quoted to them, and they start doing better. And then that trickles down. What if the goodness and the purity of Israel reacted like a cancer? That would be a beautiful thing, because it wouldn't be the death of the kingdom. It would be the death of hell. Right. And with that, come on, man. Like, if this brother is down and he need food and I can give it to him, I'll give it to him. Right. Not, man, shit, you should watch what you had to do, man. Shit, this is my pockets. It's my food. You know, if the whole nation was like, man, okay, this brother needs a better roof over his house, such and such. You're a carpenter, right? Man, how about tomorrow you tell me what to get and we fix that brother's roof. And sister such and such haven't had no good groceries in a while. such, you're a millionaire, right? Man, how about you buy a pantry for the community? And then, we help this sister out first for free. You're a millionaire. You have the resources to do that. Oh, man, such and such need a new heart. Man, look, you're a surgeon. And I think I just heard something this morning about somebody with his blood type just passed away. Maybe we can use that to, man, I'm just saying different things. I'm just using different examples because the kingdom of heaven is in you. Right. So with that being said, whatever you think heaven should be, contribute that to your community, and that's heaven. And if everybody grasps that concept, the kingdom will be here.
Right.
But we have such hatred toward each other. Right. It's impossible.
Right.
Today we live for clowning each other for a good laugh instead of helping each other and establishing a new a sense of morals and community.
Right.
Integrity is being dropped for attention.
Right.
We need to reverse that. That's brotherhood.
Salaki, sir, if I may, to go along with the point that you just brought out, we want attention so bad that brothers is so wicked and murdering their own family members for insurance money just to buy Fendi and Gucci belts to give back to the oppressor. And if you the oppressor who's gonna be right back on you on the block, locking you up, shooting you down. So you just killed your mother so you could stunt and bring attention to yourself to get
no wisdom, stupidity, no proper teaching of brotherhood. Hey, you love from your family is timeless. You could feel love from your family years from now. You know what I'm saying? Your grandparents, they words of wisdom, the sweet deeds they did for you. Let's fast forward 50 years from that. You pass that on, what they taught you. And when you pass it on, you feel it like, my grandparents taught me good. They did that. But when you kill them for temporary little, what you call riches, because Gucci bills, they wear out.
Right.
Family love and morals, that don't wear out.
Right.
Especially when it's being passed down. That's real treasure.
Right.
I say today, I am truly rich because of brotherhood. Because if you had a great family bond with 1,000 brothers and you down on your luck and you each ask each of them brothers for $1, that's $1,000. You know what I'm saying? And you're not trying to be rich, you're just trying to get to the next day. You're trying to survive. You know what I'm saying? Daily bread is manufactured through us with this brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily money, it's the simple things. It's really the simple things in life that give you pleasure. What sense of having a Lambo if you don't have money to fuel it up?
It's like how you were saying, like things that were passed down through your family, like, these records were passed down to us. You know what I'm saying? It's like no matter what hellish condition we're in, we got the covenants and the blessings.
Right.
I'm saying, so no matter what, eventually we're gonna be okay. You know what I'm saying? Well, the ones who stay close to the Lord, we gonna be okay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But we still have that as a people. And you know what I'm saying? As long as like in the kingdom, you know what I'm saying, our greatest, as long as we keep moving up, even the least will keep moving up as well. The other nations, they're gonna just stay slaves. There's no, moving up to the east side with them.
But when the righteous is in charge,
right,
everybody rejoices.
Damn right.
Even the least will move up when the righteous ones are moving up. Right. You know why? Because blacks, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans ain't no hoes.
Right.
We are generous. Right. We're brotherly. You know what I'm saying? We could see somebody of the flesh that got on our last damn nerves and be like, and that nigga homeless. Man, shit, you should have, you know. And then, you know, most High speak to us, and it's like, hey, brother, where you sleeping? Did you eat? You know,
It's a lot of kids, like, you know what I'm saying? We're such a loving people that we still love, you know what I'm saying, Master. You know what I'm saying? We still in love with him. It's like, you know, it takes a certain amount of strength to no matter what, you know, your slave master does to you, you still want to love him. Like it, you know what I'm saying? It's a type of strength, you know, a wicked type of strength. But imagine if we would do it in righteousness where we loved each other and love each other in that type of way. That's that 77 times 7 right there. No matter what your brother does to you, you know, brother, you good, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You good. You know,
listen, I could. Within this family, kinsman according to the flesh, when you stay righteous, it's hard to stay pissed off at you, no matter what. I mean, you could get the most evilest Negro on this planet. If you keep being nice to them, no matter what, eventually they will break. Now, that's not saying go out there and just take shit. But just saying, you know what, brother? I don't know what's up your ass right now, but I love you, man. You know, if you need something, I'm here for you. You know, and you still firm enough to where you won't be disrespected, but you still show that brother respect no matter what. Eventually, because it's gonna happen. That brother gonna be down on their luck. They gonna see you, and they ain't gonna want to talk to you.
Right.
But they feeling so down, and ain't nobody else messing with them like that because the way they are, you probably the only source to feeling better, and they'll talk to you. And then when you know, give them a little dosage of chastising, because you know, ain't no nigga just gonna not rub it in. I mean,
right.
niggas rub it in. Like, you know, why you was acting like this? Could have been doing this, you know. But you know, niggas gotta do their own thing. Niggas learn at their own pace.
Right.
Yada yada yada. And once you get through that conversation, then it's like, man, how can I help you? Man? What can I do to get you in a better situation? And when you help an enemy out, that enemy becomes an ally
I'm right.
and maybe even a friend. That's just what it is. Why wouldn't I befriend this one person when I was down on my luck, look out for me when everybody else turned their back on me? You know, with enemies like us, who needs friends? We a friend and everything because we make sure you're gonna be all right. Kinsman according to the flesh, that is.
Yeah, I'm right.
Oh, you got something to say?
No.
Oh,
So,
okay.
go ahead.
Read verse 19. Jump down to 19.
Con on one con. This is 1 John chapter 3, verse 19. And hereby we know that we are the truth and shall assure our hearts before him.
Right. You know what I'm saying? We know we love our brothers because we're really about it. You know what I'm saying? We're about the actions. We just don't say it. You know what I'm saying? Actually, read that last part for me again.
Con on one con. Verse 19. And hereby we know that we are the truth
Right.
and shall assure our hearts before him.
Right. Because eventually we're going to be before the Lord and all that, you know what I'm saying, we did, all our messed up things and, you know what I'm saying, all of our sins, you know what I'm saying, it's going to be shown. You know what I'm saying? Keep reading.
Come. Verse 20. For if our hearts condemn us, God is greater than our heart and knoweth all things.
Right. So eventually your heart, you know what I'm saying, you know what you did. Man. You know what I'm saying? Eventually you're going to tell on yourself, really. You know what I'm saying? Everything you did, you basically going to tell on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because nothing can be hidden, especially not from the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So no matter what you do, deep down, you know what you did. It can't be hidden. what I'm saying? So your own heart's gonna condemn you. What's up?
So basically, it's like a precept for niggas in the world,
Like my conscience bears.
so niggas that do wicked ass shit. It's a lot of damn. I just said a bunch of shit. For niggas that do wicked stuff in the world, and then they'll be like, God know my heart. That type of, it's a precept for that, or it's a precept for like.
It's like your heart's gonna condemn you. Like, so you might say, like you know, like a lie. You know, if you say something that, but you know deep down you really did something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you stand before Christ and the Lord.
So like if a
like,
nigga hit somebody broad and be like, nah, I ain't never.
Yeah, I ain't never did. That wasn't me. Right.
Go ahead. But you understand when that day come and you're in front of YAHANNA and the Most High, their presence, they don't even have to say nothing.
Well, Salakia, that's why I say your heart's gonna condemn you. Yeah. Because you can't hide anything.
Right.
There's nothing to hide.
It's gonna come up in your brain.
Yeah, you might say, nah, man, and then the picture just flashed in your head and bam. You know what I'm saying? You can't hide anything.
You gonna start crying.
Right.
That's what is gonna happen. You want to lie, but come on, man. YAHANNA, the Most High, looking at you. We discussing what you did. You know they know everything.
Right.
You want to lie and say, no, not me. But before you give it,
What?
I'm bad because I got kids. So that's ain't. So it's like I got kids, so I understand that.
And you know, I'm glad. No, they in trouble. No, they caught. And no. And it's really yes. Like, man, just let me make it. I'm sorry.
Right.
You know, it's just what it is. You know, because we are the Most High children.
Right.
We are going to be dealt with as children. Yeah, the adults is going to understand. But like, man, it's the Most High.
Right.
You a child.
And he's the heavenly Father.
No.
When he shout at you, it's something different. I don't know what that feel like.
Go talk to Moses. Don't talk to me.
Go talk to Go talk to Moses. I won't have no parts with him.
Ain't no talking back with the Most High. Ain't even the most boldest of bold is not gonna talk back to the Most. I want to see it.
I'm right.
If you able to do it, I doubt you will. I can't see nobody. Man, you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, this ain't like talking to your parents in the world and you get a quick pop in the mouth, or worse if you just really got a down parent. But this is the Most High. Ain't no talking back.
Right.
And then
You won't need
Salakia, like even as you grow up, you know what I'm saying? You like, you know what I'm saying? I'm the same height as my father. You know what I'm saying? We getting old and sweet now. You know what I'm saying? I can take him. You know what I'm saying?
That old man.
But, right. But you
Old
see,
man.
the Lord, you ain't never gonna get as mighty as the Lord. So you know, there ain't no growing on.
The Most High is so powerful. Nobody needs to tell you Shema. You don't tell yourself shut up. You gonna let me shut up. You know, yes, sir. For those in the school, come. If you can even get that out clearly. Yeah.
Read the next verse for me.
Come. Verse 21. Beloved, if our heart condemn us not, then have we confidence toward God.
Right. So if your heart don't condemn you, you ain't done nothing wrong. You've been doing them righteous acts, man. You've been doing what you're supposed to do. With your heart not condemning you. So you good. You know what I'm saying? So you have more confidence. You know what I'm saying? That's like us. Like we doing the best we can, you know what I'm saying, to be in the school, do the commandments, do what's right. And we build even more confidence in that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe hopefully by the time when Christ come back, hopefully I make it. You know what I'm saying? Lord willing, I make it. Lord willing, I endure all the way to the end because I'm doing the best I can. You know what I'm saying? While the people out in the world, they have no confidence in the Lord.
Living my best life.
Right, exactly. They have no confidence at all in doing what's right or in God. They have zero faith, none, nil. You know, while us here trying to do what's right, we actually have faith. We have confidence that, you know what I'm saying, if we ask, we'll receive, or, you know what I'm saying, that the Lord is gonna, Christ and the Lord is gonna come back and deliver us from this hell. You know what I'm saying? We have confidence in God. Keep going.
Come on. Verse 22. And whatsoever we ask, we receive of him, because we keep his commandments and do those things that are pleasing in his sight.
Right. So that's how we just explained. That's confidence in God. You know what I'm saying? You're doing what you're supposed to do. What's pleasing in his sight. You know what I'm saying? That's why, you know what I'm saying, he's your father. You're doing what, so if you ask, you're going to receive. Because you're doing what's pleasing to your father. You know what I'm saying? Anything you want to add? If you good with the father and kid analogy. He was on real talk. He was on it with that last analogy.
I think you got some more.
I don't have no more, man. I mean, shoot, just
all right. Give me 2 Chronicles 15:7.
I ain't putting y'all on the spotlight like that.
It's a lock here. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to be a brother to my brothers, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, just to continue with the lesson, man, we gotta be strong, man. You know what I'm saying? And do what's pleasing in the sight of the Lord. That's all it takes, man. 2 Chronicles 15:7. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta do what's right to your own father. Just like if you're a kid, you know what I'm saying, and you wanna please your father, you wanna gain your father's respect. You know what I'm saying? And be the good child. And you don't want to be the bad kid. Your dad's always looking up on because he just won't get right. And you want to be the good kid. Yeah.
This is the book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 15, verse 7. Be ye strong, therefore, and let not your hands be weak, for your work shall be rewarded.
Right. So be ye strong, man, because eventually we're going to get rewarded. You know what I'm saying? Like how the scripture we brought out before, if ye ask, I'm saying you will receive.
Right.
And we keep doing the commandments, you know what I'm saying? Because our biggest, what would I want to say, on the wish list, number one is the kingdom.
Right.
That's the one we want the most. And we keep doing what's pleasing to the Lord. Eventually, the Lord's gonna be like, our kids, they starting to do, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, Christ, get in the chair. Let's go. Let's come on down, right? Let's go on down and destroy the beast.
Yes. Please.
Right.
I didn't feel like going to work this morning. Some of y'all felt that right now in your back. As soon as I said I don't feel like going to work this morning, dude, I sure don't. I want to go to work, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're doing all this hard labor just to make it in this hell, only to get paid half a penny.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous, man. Like, man, I done bust all these hours for you damn oppressors.
Right.
And I swear it just don't fit. But oppressors only to, man, get this amount of money. Like, man, hell, this ain't enough.
Right.
Man, shoot. I have to tell the kids, just go to sleep and don't worry about food. And we'll worry about food tomorrow. Because, man, shoot, it's enough money for me to get something. It's a lot. Oh, man.
I needed this class. It's a lot.
Go ahead and read that one more time.
This is the book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 15, verse 7. Be ye strong, therefore, and let not your hands be weak, for your work shall be rewarded.
Right. So don't let your hands be weak, man. Saying, come into the school, man. I'm saying, go to camp, man. Keep putting in work. You know, it's all going to be rewarded. You know,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? And like how we brought up before, man, the biggest reward is the kingdom, our own stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like when you come out your own house, all you're gonna see is number 12 tribes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the slaves, they're gonna be on the other side of the golden wall and gates. So go ahead.
With that, you know, also, you know, everybody ain't foot soldiers. So you can't come out with us and war with us. Pay your tithes.
Right.
Right.
And while you paying your tithes, understand that anything helps, you know, and I ain't just talking about money. Like, you know, it's time that we show this world what the kingdom is made of. We have beauticians, we have doctors, we have dentists, we have different trades. Bring your trade to your people.
Right.
Be
Yeah,
of
right.
use to your community.
Right.
You know, we have carpenters, we have concrete finishers, we have electricians. We know how to do everything.
Right.
And if it's something we don't know how to do, there's Google, YouTube, Pinterest, and some other sources I may not even know of right now.
Right.
Bring that to your community.
It's a lot.
Watch us grow and be a king.
Right. You know what I'm saying? That's, you know what I'm saying? Like that's a great point because, you know what I'm saying, not everybody, you know what I'm saying, even in the military, you got your intelligence, you got your infantry, they the foot soldiers.
Right.
Saying you got artillery, you know what I'm saying? They on the combat field, but they still in the back throwing bombs, you know what I'm saying? You got Air Force, everybody has their own, you know, like how you said, their own skill to bring to help build the nation. So, you know what I'm saying? Just like how the brother was bringing out, you know what I'm saying? Bring what you can and just do what you can. You know what I'm saying? Give me 1 John 3:18, and this will be our last scripture. You know what I'm saying? Because this is part of that's even paying your tithes, that's work too. You know what I'm saying? You had to slave to bring in that money, man. You know what I'm saying? Slaving would be some tiring stuff. 1 John 3:18. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and read that for me.
This is the book of 1 John chapter 3, verse 18. My little children, let us not love in word, neither in tongue, but in deed and in truth.
Right. Like you're saying, like, don't be like a Christian who just talks about how much they love the Lord. Actually do it. and you know what I'm saying? Actually put in the actual act.
You know how they do.
Right.
They start waving their hands,
Go ahead.
you know,
Like-
or signal the drama.
I went through the same thing at work though, so that's what's funny because
Oh yeah.
y'all know I work on Sunday. So with me working on Sunday, that Christianity did be all at the job. And they started doing that at the desk, and I'm like, good night. So I was in there. I end up wearing, y'all know my vest that I have on with the fringes and everything. So I'm in there being a priest, and I'm letting them know, like, man, you gonna talk to the pastor and have shit being told you. He will never tell you anything that I'm gonna say. He not gonna tell you nothing out there. And they say, ain't he do it? Won't he? I'm like, God.
Oh man.
I said, God.
Piano.
I said, God. It's just. So what you saying is here because I was talking to them at the job, and they getting all up in arms about crawfish and shit. And I say, so did the Lord ever change? No, the Lord don't change. Well, he's got dietary laws against eating that stuff.
Right.
But if the Lord never changed, then you a sinner. So nah, the Lord ain't do really too much for you. He ain't heard none of your prayers. He ain't heard none of that. And told me like, yeah, my pastor ain't never said nothing like that to me, but I understand what the pastor ain't never said because he's really only there to get your money.
Right.
So he's not trying to get you to love him indeed. He's getting you to pull a lip service to the Most High.
Right.
That's how he make his money, by you being with it. You know what I mean? So it was just like that. Just brought up yesterday to me. So it was fun. One whole last week.
Matthew 15. Right? You know what I'm saying? This is the precept that kind of go with that. Yeah, that's a new You know what I'm saying? All those who say they love the Lord don't really love the Lord, and it's like how the scripture we just read, man. You know what I'm saying? Be about it indeed, not in just word. Don't just be talking a bunch of mess. Then you go out of, it's the end of Sunday class or whatever. Some, church, you get out of church and you go smoke some weed. You know what I'm saying? Be actually about it. Start it then.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 15, verse 8. This people draweth nigh unto me with their mouth and honoreth me with their lips, but their heart is far from me.
Right. Our heart is actually far from the Lord. You know what I'm saying? We honor the Lord with our lips, with just in words, and just talking about a bunch of mess. You know what I'm saying? But our heart, where we actually, you know what I'm saying, where our treasure actually is, our people out in the world, their treasure is that show and dance. That, you know what I'm saying, putting on the show, you know what I'm saying, being phony about things, never about, getting serious about what life is actually about. It's all a show. You know what I'm saying? It's all a show and dance.
What's funny is, them Christians ain't oblivious to the scripture. They know it's there.
Right.
So my thing is like I said in the beginning of the class, context. Who's the main character, all that stuff. We have to use the fundamentals we was taught about reading when we was young and apply them to this book. We have to go back and revisit things to get a better understanding. It's kind of like those movies that you love as a kid and you go back and watch them now, like what the hell was on?
Sure. Yeah.
It's the same thing with this book. So you have to have a conversation with them and be like, who do you think is talking about when it says that? Do you think the Bible, and it's kind of contradictory to how you act if you think it's like the streets where it's like somebody be like, hey man, I cut with you. Nah, man, I don't know you, this and that. Okay, so what you think the Most High is doing? Hey Lord, I cut, I love you. This nigga, who is you? Did you follow any of my commandments? Yeah, I follow your commandments. Oh yeah, so why is you eating gumbo right now? You eating sea roaches. I said don't eat that. Oh my bad, but I follow your commandments, I'm talking about. Wait a minute, is that weed in your hair? That sticky icky? I'm not with that. Your body is a temple. Why is you smoking that? Oh, my fault, Lord. Man, I'm with you, man. Wait a minute. Is you eating the bacon on top of the gumbo? I said, don't eat pork. And you say you messing with me? Away from me. I don't know you. Matter of fact, hey, bring this brother. Slay him before me, please.
Carl.
My eyes are sore just from looking at him. Please erase this. I mean, just saying. Who are you? Who do you think this scripture pertaining to? Us? Can't be. We doing everything. Who do you think he's talking about? Some of y'all think that one of the disciples of the Most High is Joel Osteen. And I can't remember not one. First of all, he a devil. I mean, oppressor. That's kind of hard to speak. But first of all, he's an oppressor. Second of all, none of you can, I guarantee none of you can recall not even one time he quoted scripture.
Right.
I can't recall. And even before I joined the truth, I was like, man, he just so, I can't imagine him getting mad because he talks so soft. But I never mentioned how he got on the scriptures. It's about how he speaks to you. He made you feel good.
Right. It's a lot of scriptures, they don't make you feel good. You know what I'm saying? The Lord, he ain't trying to make nobody feel good. The Lord is about obedience. It's about do what I say. You know what I'm saying? And that's the end of the story. That's the end of the matter. You know what I'm saying? Ecclesiastes, 12 and 13, the whole duty of man is to do the commandments. That's the whole duty. You know what I'm saying? Right. So let's love, you know what I'm saying, indeed, you know what I'm saying, not in words, man. Let's actually be about what we say. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna talk it, then walk it.
It's like the same thing you demand from your people, your family, and all that. It's the same thing the Most High demand from you. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. I often try to think like, man, this must be how the Most High feels. When people disappoint me and they don't do what I ask and yada yada yada, this must be how the Most High feels. So you take that and apply that to the Most High and think about all the generations of Israel that just disappointed you. Imagine how he feeling right now. He angry. He upset. He's disappointed. Man, they just won't get it right.
That's why it's a lot of people. It's like Christ had to come down, man, and be that lamb for the slaughter.
Show us how it's
All
done.
because, right, to show us how it's done. And all because we couldn't get it straight from the beginning. That's why the first scripture we read out was, this has been said from the beginning. I'm saying love one another, man. I'm saying, but with that, we're gonna pass the class to Officer Ron. He's gonna read out the security announcements, and you know what I'm saying, be sure to pay your tithes and your camp funds. Also check out, I'm saying, Captain Zariak's body butters and colognes, things like that. You know what I'm saying? And here's Officer Ron for the security announcements.
We are the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, started out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, out of the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10, means tenth in the Hebrew. Mayasharah, 10% of any penny, of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocation is the Feast of Dedication, which is a Hanukkah. the 25th day of the 9th month, by the space of 8 days, which is Friday, December 20th, 2019, for 8 days. Out of the book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 4, verse 52 through 61. If anyone wants to become a trooper in the school to start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, or scarf. And these are the security announcements.
All right, so let's all stand. We're gonna give a salute to the brothers and the sisters here and online. You know what I'm saying? So, men of Israel, Hamadam Shabbat, Hamadam, Barak,
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah.
Yashmataj, Sar, turn towards sisters. Men of Israel, Hamadam Shabbat, Hamadam, Barak,
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
Yashmataj, dismiss.